Hi, I'm Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me tonight someone that I love having on this show. This is David Rainwater. And David, do you have any idea how many of my relatives are so jealous when I get to do a show with you? I don't know if it's because you're so talented or because you're so darn good looking. It could be either, both probably.
Well, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, totally.
That's so nice. Thank you for saying that.
I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you.
We were talking just a couple of minutes before the show started, and David was telling me how busy he is. You are going to be traveling all over the place. I want to make sure before we get going on your music, so I don't forget, where can people find out where to see you perform? I know everyone knows you already. They want to see you.
They want to find out where I'm going to play next.
Yes, where will that be?
Well, that would be, you could go to my website. It used to be called huckleberryfiddler.com. Now it's called www.romancingthefiddle.com.
That's a cute name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Romancing the Fiddle.
That's awesome. Okay. And so they'll be able to find where you're performing alone and with other people, with the groups that you're in.
I'm in a local group called the Sierra Mountain Band.
Local meaning
local
all around
County
Tuolumne.
area.
Okay.
We have a website there too, sierramountainband.com, and also with a famous folk group called the New Christie Minstrels.
Oh, I love them.
And many people know Randy
Sparks
from Calaveras County.
Yes.
I toured with him from '97 to 2005, and then I backed out of the band for a little while, and then now I'm back in it again.
Oh,
so
how neat.
we did some shows in Alabama, and next week I'll be going to Ohio. So
oh, how fun is that?
In Ohio and other places around the country. So.
When you do a show, do you guys do like a week at a time, or you don't do just a night, right?
They tried a bunch shows together, yeah. In fact, they're going to come out here towards the end of the last week of July. They'll be here playing at the Black Oak Casino.
They will?
On Thursday night, July 30th, yeah.
Ooh.
So they're real close by, and they'll also be at Mickey Grove Park.
Okay.
So go to their website and find out where they're playing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I feel funny that we started with that, but once you start playing, I kind of go brain dead. And I would feel horrible if I'm just sitting there enjoying your music and I forgot to ask.
When I play, you could shine a light in my eyes and see the back of my head every time. So when I'm playing my fiddle, so nothing is more important to me than fiddling right now. So
that is so. I love that you're doing what you love. But you are so busy. You know, I was going to ask you, I belong to the Angels Murphy's Rotary Club, and I love that group, love them. And I was going to ask you if you could come be one of our guests in October. I bet you're booked.
I have shows in October, but give me a call.
Okay.
You never know. The first thing we do is check the calendar.
Okay.
So
anybody who's thinking of having you at their event
the first weekend in October, I play at a festival in Agora down in LA area.
Okay.
It's called the Ray's Adobe. It's an old Spanish adobe, and they have a park there, and I play there every year. So.
Okay. And are you still available when you have the time on your calendar to go to schools? I love that you would go to the schools and talk with the kids about history.
I do some school shows. I have a new program, too, that I'm trying to introduce called Fun with the Fiddle.
Yeah?
I purchased 25 fiddles. Every show I've ever done with the kids, the first thing they want to reach for is my fiddle.
Right.
After we're done.
Right.
They can't touch my fiddle.
Right.
You know, it's kind of valuable. So
in so many ways.
I bought 25 student violins, very nice ones, and I can put one in every kid's hand now.
Dave, that's
And we did that.
neat.
We did that down at the California Auto Harp Gathering, and it went really well. So
you bought them yourself?
in one, yeah. Well, I hope to
That's incredible.
my
yeah, I hope so
investment.
too.
But the kids just were so thrilled. Kids who'd never touched a violin, and in 1 hour I had them doing holding the bow and doing something. So it's a neat program called Fun with the Fiddle.
What an incredible thing to do.
Well, I like that. That's,
You know what? You were already like up here in my book, and now you're like up here.
well,
You gotta top out sometime, mister.
no, I'm going out fiddling. That's what I'm doing.
Oh,
So,
God. Well, I love you to
There's
pieces.
a lot of people who wish they could have devoted.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Americans have wanted to play the fiddle.
Yeah.
You know, and have tried it or dreamed about it, but
Right.
I actually did. I spent a lot of time. You know, he's just fiddling around. That's
Right.
literally.
And it looks so easy when you do it, and I know it's not. It's nothing close to easy. It's
It's only got 4 strings on it.
oh my God, you make those babies dance though. It's incredible. You blow me away. What do you want to play for us? Because I want to hear you.
Oh, I was going to do something off my new CD, Western Fiddle Favorites.
This
Yes,
CD.
that's right.
Ooh. Can we show this?
And what it is a series of tunes that you would have heard back in the Old West.
Okay.
You know, Mark Twain came out in 1861 to this area, and he came to Virginia City, and he used to talk about dancing the Virginia reel. And, you know, Nevada was not a state yet, it was a territory. And of course, in 1861, well, it was the beginning of the Civil War. And there were people of the southern persuasion running around the territory of Nevada and the northern persuasion. So there was a lot of hostility depending on your politics. And the fiddler, however, would play for the Virginia reel, and he would have to play in such a manner as to please the people from the south and then some tunes for the north. That way at the end he didn't get shot.
Right.
Because people were packing guns in back then, you know.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
So I'm going to play for you some tunes from there.
Perfect.
I'm going to start off with one called The Bonnie Blue Flag, just for those Southerners over on the other end of the room. On the other side of the room are frowning by now, so they might like to hear the Year of Jubilo.
Oh, yeah.
And the Southerners are crying for Dixie. And the Northerners are tarrying with that with the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Oh.
And the Fiddlers sweating it out, but they're calling for the Yellow Rose of Texas from those Southerners. And the Northerners are saying, let's rally round the flag, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Southerners are crying for the old Texas shotters. Everybody's getting along fine by now, and so the fiddlers can relax a little bit. And he's trying to get everybody in a good mood and playing the old golden slippers. And the fiddler didn't get shot.
Oh, gosh, it's beautiful.
So those are some of the tunes you might have heard in the Virginia Reel at one time or another.
I'm always so surprised by how many songs I recognize. Like, if you were to tell me the title of the song, I would have no idea. But as soon as you hear just a few notes, everyone knows and loves
Still popular.
those.
You know, the 19th century was probably the golden age of fiddling in America. It's not so much anymore, but we still remember a lot of those old songs, you know, those from the minstrel show days. Of course, we cleaned up the minstrel shows a little bit, No More Blackface and everything, but some of the fun songs that we remember, like the lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
It rained all night the day I left, the weather it was dry, the sun so hot I froze to death, Susanna, don't you cry.
Right. Like, what the heck?
I've been to the east, I've been to the west, I've been down to Old Virginia. I spent 40 days in a hornet's nest, but I didn't get stung by any. You know, there's a grasshopper sitting on a railroad track. No, there's a grasshopper sitting on a railroad track picking his teeth with a carpet tack. Right? Remember that one? Get out the way, old Nantucker. You know,
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. I do.
You know,
I
old
do.
Nantucker was a fine old man, washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair with a wagon wheel, died with a toothache in his heel.
Oh.
You know, it was just fun times, and the fiddler was all part of that and part of the
Yeah.
dances. So
I want
not
that
so
to be
much anymore.
popular again.
I don't know. You know, that you're gonna have to pardon me for saying this on public TV, but you know, some of that Nashville music is just not country anymore. It's
Really?
just rock and roll infused music. I call it Nashville soap opera music, a lot of it. So,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
back in the old days when there was real heartfelt folk songs and
Right.
country music. Anyway,
Right.
you can quote me on that one.
Oh, I saw some special on PBS. It was a long, long time ago. And it showed these really poor families so long ago, and they would play their wash basket and whatever they had around the house. And,
Washboards
yeah, and I
and,
thought about you when I was watching it. I can see you. You would fit in so well back then. I mean, you can
Well,
make music out of anything. You make music out of spoons. You
That's
make music
right.
out of anything.
You just might play those in a minute too.
Yeah.
But you know, our culture, the culture of America is much like it was back then. In fact, I have something I wanted to read for you. I have a newspaper account from the year 1736
Oh,
in Hanover County, Virginia.
yeah.
It says here, and this comes from a scholarly work by a lady named Kate Van Winkler Keller from her book Dance and Its Music in America from 1528 to 1789. She was a scholar and a researcher. Fascinating book about fiddling, lots of historical references for fiddlers. We hear from Hanover County that on Tuesday next, being St. Andrew's Day, some merry disposed gentlemen of the said county designed to celebrate that festival by setting up many prizes to be contended for in the following manner. A neat hunting saddle with a fine broadcloth housing fringed and flowered to be run for the quarter by any number of horses and mares. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the first horse racing in America right there. Do we have that today?
That's neat. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
This is how American culture got
Yeah.
started. And this was the Scotch-Irish peoples that came over. Number two, a fine Cremona fiddle is to be played for by any number of country fiddlers. And except for Mr. Langford's scholars. They were the classical violinists, you know. They didn't want them beating the fiddlers. Okay, so you have evidence of first fiddle contest. Number 3, many other prizes for dancing. You have the first dance contest in America.
Yeah.
Okay, for singing, here's the first American Idol show right there. For football playing, jumping, wrestling, you have the first ball games right there on the American frontier.
Oh, neat.
And this is the same culture we have today.
Yeah.
But it was the Scotch-Irish that started this. Particularly, number 4, particularly a fine pair of silk stockings to be given to the handsomest maid upon the green. Oh. Here's your first beauty contest.
Right.
Right there. To be judged by the company at Page's Warehouse, commonly called Crutchfield, in the county of Hanover, where all persons will find good entertainment.
Yeah.
Now,
good, clean entertainment.
Yeah, and then another reference says the fiddlers, after the contest, were to be treated by the company. Now, I got to tell you what that meant.
Yeah, what is that?
They were going to be given a pull at the jug. Moonshine.
Oh.
You see, the Scotch-Irish brought 3 things to America. They brought fiddling, horse racing, and moonshine making. Now,
Wow.
you turn people loose on the American wilderness, and they'll whoop anything that gets in their way. And
What a
they did.
wild bunch.
That's right. They started our American competitive spirit.
Yeah.
And, you know, my woman's prettier than your woman. My
Right.
ball team can beat your ball team. Yeah. My horse is faster than your horse.
Right.
My fiddler can whoop your fiddler.
Right.
See, this is the culture that we have.
Yeah.
Kind of the same, but, you know, something that's always bothered me,
What's that?
how come the ball players now get millions of dollars for running and throwing a ball or catching a ball?
I know.
And the fiddlers are still out in the hills.
That is not right.
Sipping moonshine. If only they'd have quit sipping that moonshine, maybe it would be
Grab
the
the
other way
ball.
around. We'd have been making millions of dollars.
Oh, it's
Can
not
you imagine?
right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know, here, you know what it is? It's testosterone.
Is it?
Yes.
I think that's probably to blame for a
Can
lot
you imagine
of things. Yeah.
Oh, you little sissies throwing the ball around. We play the fiddle. This is the macho thing to do, you know, turn it around.
You know what? You're probably right. You're probably right. I
How can
am
a
more
guy
impressed
who
by what you do than by sports.
How can a guy who throws or catch a ball be more important than a guy who could play you a nice melody
No,
on a
can't.
fine violin?
Every one of those songs you played brings up some sort of emotion.
Right.
Maybe it's the girly thing, I don't know, but for me it does
But what does a ball player give you?
Nothing.
Yeah, go, you know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Anyway.
All I remember about the ball games is what they're wearing.
I'm on a soapbox
but-
right now, but ask me anything else you want.
Oh, I love what you brought, that article. That's awesome. And I think that so many of the things that you talked about that are popular now that started back then, I wish we'd back off a little bit. Even the singing competition, so many things are done through computer. You can't even hear the pure voice. And what you do is just so natural.
Well, they can't really imitate a violin.
No.
The natural wood sound. There's
No, there's nothing like it.
electronic violin.
It doesn't sound the same.
No, if your ear is in tune, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my ear's not in tune, but I was listening to you tune that, and I couldn't tell the difference from one chord to the other. But such a clean, pure sound. I love it.
Yeah. So.
What else do you want to play for us? I want to get enough of your playing in.
Oh, I got a million of them.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
Well, you know, one thing I learned a waltz recently. There's a fellow, Jay Younger, who wrote this Ashokan's Farewell for the Civil War series.
Okay.
Many people are asking for that, but he also wrote a beautiful waltz. Maybe I can try that for you.
Yes, please.
It's called the Lovers Waltz. Isn't that a pretty tune?
Gosh, that's so pretty.
That's a New York fiddler wrote that there, right there.
Oh gosh, it's beautiful.
They had a lot of fiddling back in the New England area too, so give them credit for that.
Man, I suggest you take this with you when you go on dates, because
Yeah.
you'll be,
Yeah, I haven't had too many dates lately.
because I married
last-
Dave, but I think I'm in love. That was so beautiful. Oh, golly.
Thank you.
Oh, is there anything that you've been doing this for so long, anything you do not want people to ask for that you are just so tired of playing?
I love it all.
All of it?
I
Yeah.
think if you're a fiddler, you know, you have all of the classics that you need to know.
Okay.
You know, of course, Turkey in the Straw since 1828, obviously.
Yeah.
And the Orange Blossom Special.
What is that one?
Orange Blossom Special?
Yeah,
The
I
train
don't-
song?
Do I know it?
Yeah, you know, the one you make train sounds. and-
Oh, okay.
Or
You know, Trace
people,
knows the-
people know that one. Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Yes, that one I know.
That's the most.
That's a hard
off-
one.
Well, I didn't.
Not for you?
I play it, but you know, I don't have a band. Oftentimes, I do strolling gigs around the state. And
Okay.
I play.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing they ask for. So I do a take on it, my take. I think I played it for you here before.
I think you have. It might have been a while back.
Yeah. The Devil
but-
Went Down to Georgia.
Yeah, it's so good.
You want to hear it again?
I do.
Okay.
I bet they do too.
All right, folks. Well, listen. Let me tell you. People always ask for this one. If they don't know anything about fiddling, they ask for The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Thank you, Charlie Daniels, you know, for making life hard for fiddlers everywhere. You know, and he won Entertainer of the Year so many times and has done some really nice job with fiddle tunes.
Yeah.
But he took this tune. It was probably a derivative of a tune by another fiddler named Vassar Clemens, who played one called the Lonesome Fiddle Blues. And so, but a lot of it is part of that. But here's my take on the
Okay.
tune. First, I got to show you I know the tune.
Okay.
Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. He was in a bind. He was way behind, willing to make a deal. He came across this young man playing the fiddle, and you know, you could rap this tune. You know, they're doing this now. He came across this young man playing the fiddle, playing it hot. Jumped up on the hickory stump, you know, and they do all this stuff. I don't do that. Don't do that to my song. Anyway, that's.
Don't snort.
Anyway, it's about the boy from Georgia who is challenged to a fiddle contest by the devil.
Right, right.
And he beats him really good. And how did he do it? He played 4 songs. Charlie mentions them. Fire on the Mountain, Run, Boys, Run.
Uh-huh.
Devil's in the House of the Rising Sun. Chicken in the Bread Box picking out dough. And Granny, does your dog bite? No child, no.
Right, right.
Right? Am I right?
Yes, you're right.
These are real fiddle tunes down south. A lot of people don't realize that. They're bona fide fiddle tunes, and Charlie did not play them. He just mentions them in his song, and he goes on and with his little story. I got time to show you how to beat him. Fire on the Mountain, Run, Boys, Run. You play this at a bluegrass festival after midnight when you had too much moonshine. Been there and done that. There's the first one right
That gets
there.
the heart racing. That's
There
awesome.
you go. Now the next one, The Devil's in the House of the Rising Sun. Now, you know, of course, Eric Burdon and the Animals made that famous in the 60s, that rock and roll band,
I don't-
the House of the Rising Sun. Well, they stole it from Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan did it before them. And Bob Dylan lifted it off another singer. That's what musicians do. They take other people's songs and make covers of them and make hits out of them.
Right.
His name was Dave Van Ronk, and he was a folk singer in New York back in the folk revival days. And he's the one that gets credit for this tune. But down south, they play it like this here. Okay, now you're getting somewhere. You're going to win this contest. You need to play chicken in the bread box, picking out the dough.
Okay.
This is where you make chicken noises on the fiddle. Yeah, it's a real deal down there.
Do it.
This is hillbilly stuff now. Oh, Paganini got nothing on me now. Here's a chicken.
Whew.
He's a banty rooster trying to get back to the barnyard. And then two of them joined. There was one back. That one's worried he might be dinner. And if you're going to play the fiddle, you got to know how to make a chicken lay an egg. That's the way you do it. Paganini got nothing on me now. Last one's called Granny, Does Your Dog Bite? No Child Knows. Then you got to finish the contest.
Whew.
That's the way you do it.
Oh my gosh.
I've been playing that for a while, but
My
it
blood
sure
is
is fun.
pumping. That is so cool. Oh, we're almost out of time. I'm so glad that we took care of all that business in the beginning because I could listen to you the whole night.
Thank you.
Please look for Dave's websites that he mentioned. Find him on Facebook. Go see this man in person. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Love you to pieces. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. Thank you for watching.
Well, old Dan Tucker was a mighty man, washed his face in a frying pan, combed his hair with a wagon wheel, died with a toothache in his heel. Get out the way, old Dan Tucker, you're too late to get your supper. Supper's over and dinner's cooking, and old Dan Tucker just stand there looking. Bop, bop, bop.
That's so fun.